everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Where have you been before? But anyway, I'm glad that you have found this channel. I am Alice, if you didn't already know, and I am currently 37 weeks pregnant as I film this. I won't be when this goes up, but I am as I'm sat here filming it, so I'm into my 9th month. And if you didn't already know from the title of this video, I'm going to be going through my 3rd trimester. I can't believe I'm already in my 3rd trimester. It only seemed like 2 minutes ago I was in the bathroom to then discover the 2 lines, and here I am 2.5 weeks away from my due date, and it is absolutely crazy. But it also feels like the pregnancy has gone on for quite some time and dragged a little bit because we've been in like 2 lockdowns during it. There is downsides to being pregnant during this pandemic and being stuck in lockdown, but there's also a lot of positivity to take from this, and the biggest positivity that I've taken from this is the fact that I've been able to work from home for the whole of lockdown and the whole of my pregnancy. There was stages when we were out of lockdown before we went into the tier section, and then before we went into the 2nd lockdown, that I was able to go into the office for a couple of times. So I went in like the odd Wednesday, Thursday when it was a lot quieter. Everyone's still working from home, but they had opened it up if you needed to pop in. Yeah, it was really nice to have a little bit of normality back, and I did get to see a few people, but it also meant that working from home, I didn't have to get up ridiculously early and have to do the commuting to and from work, so I think that's helped in terms of the fatigue and the tiredness. Really valued that, and obviously Martin's been working from home, so he's been around for all of the pregnancy, which has been really good. And if I've been feeling a bit off, then he can come and keep me company, or he's made me the odd brew or bought me the odd snack here or there. I say odd snack, I snack a lot, not gonna lie. So the biggest thing to take from my pregnancy has been my sweet tooth. It's been ridiculous. I've just wanted chocolate or cake or something sweet every single day. I've had so many biscuits, it's unreal. What else is there? In terms of like the downside to the 3rd trimester, that's probably been the pain around my groin area and my hips. It's not been too bad throughout the day. Actually, I struggled really bad. I spoke about it in my previous video, my 2nd trimester update, and I ended up getting a support band to give me that extra support around my hips and to take like a lot of the weight off my bump. But the pain during the day has kind of gone. It's more the sense of at night time in bed, because obviously since baby has moved further down and got into like the engaged position ready for birth, oh my, the pain is unreal. The pressure down there is ridiculous, and if I'm laying in bed, because you can't lay on your back, you've got to lay on each side, so when I'm needing to turn over, it takes ages to do. Those are probably the downsides within my 3rd trimester. I think that's been the hardest bit, because overall I felt quite well, and probably the best I felt throughout the whole pregnancy. My skin's got better as the pregnancy has gone on, because I had really bad like dry patches on my cheeks and my spots were really bad. That has calmed down at the moment, touch wood. So that is a bonus from this. The swelling, the water retention has got quite drastic towards the back end of my pregnancy. I've now got cankles, my feet are huge. I only really fit into like 2 pairs of shoes, so I only fit into my white trainers, and I only fit into my black Kurt Geiger like biker boots. I can't even zip them all the way up either. And they're only like ankle length, so yeah, I can only really fit into them 2 shoes. And also because bumps got really big, I can only fit into certain clothes, so I didn't spend a lot of money on maternity outfits, and I didn't go absolutely wild because I didn't see the point. But yeah, I'm really limited now as to what I can wear, so it's good job I am now, well, it's a good job I was working from home, but it's also a good job that I am now on maternity leave and I can just lounge around as much as I want without a care in the world, so that's good. But yeah, it's really bad, like my hands are really swollen on a night too. They get even worse during the night, and like I can bend them now and like they've gone down a little bit, but when I wake up, like I struggle to bend my fingers because the water retention has got quite bad around like the knuckle areas, and also around my face. You'll have seen, and like if you've watched my videos go along, my face has got much rounder. I've got more of a triple chin. My cheeks are more like a hamster cheek, but I'm hoping that it's more water retention than anything. And I hate watching these videos back where I can see like the chin. Don't know why I'm pointing it out to you, but I'm kind of like got used to it because I'm growing a baby, so like it's worth it in the end. Everything's ready in terms of like the hospital bag. That's something that we've done over the past couple of months. I've set up my bag, I've done the baby's hospital bag, and then we've also got a snack bag which has got like a few bits in there for Martin too. They're only small bags. I'm not like as though I'm going away for like a month or two, but we've only got like small bags. So we did the baby's one first and we ensured like all the clothes were nice and washed and ready just in case like the baby came early. And then I've got my separate bag with my bits and pieces in, and then obviously we've just got a small backpack that Martin will bring in with him, and it's just got some isotonic drinks in there, some snacks in there, just to help me get through labour. And then he's got a change of clothes for him if like he gets any mess on him during the whole process, and then it'll also have like his like phone charger and just bits and pieces like that you don't really realise you need, but you do, and it's a last minute thing that you need to pack. So we've got all of that bit sorted, the car seat sorted, the base for the car seat is in the car already. So yeah, we're pretty much all ready for baby to arrive. So one of the big things that is you've got to keep an eye on throughout your pregnancy is, and this is a really like important subject and touchy subject, so this could be quite upsetting for some people. They could have gone through a similar experience and it's not led to a positive outcome. So if that is the case, then please just stop watching this video now. But it's an important subject that I want to discuss and to raise. So one of the main things that they tell you throughout your whole pregnancy is to keep an eye on baby's movements. The minute that they feel different, the minute that you don't feel any at all, or that there's less movements from baby, you have to speak to your midwife or triage at the hospital straight away. Like, do not think I'll wait for a few hours or I'll wait till tomorrow. Like, definitely ring the hospital and they will see you straight away. They hooked me up to a monitor. I was on that for about 40 minutes. My blood pressure was really high, which then led to baby's heartbeat being quite high. So they just monitored me for a while, they gave me some water to drink, and I think I'd calmed down a little bit because I think I was a bit nervous. So I calmed down, my blood pressure came straight back down, the baby's heartbeat came right back down, and they were happy enough for me to leave in the end. And I was already booked in for a growth scan because I have something they call the low PAP A, which is the low protein, which is fed through the umbilical cord to the baby, and it could cause like low or high blood pressure and low growth in baby towards the later stage of pregnancy. So they gave me aspirin to have every single day. I've discussed this in a previous video. So I was already got that, so because of that I had 2 growth scans booked in. So the first one that I had all went okay, and then they decided to move my second one forward. It was meant to be on the Monday and I ended up having it on like the Thursday, Friday instead. So they got that all sorted just because they wanted to see how baby was, because the movements hadn't stopped, they'd just changed. I could still feel baby move, but it wasn't as much as what it would usually move, or I had felt the previous few weeks. So we decided to give them a call. They got me straight in, hooked up, monitored, and then the next day I went in for my growth scan. And every time the woman was taking the different measurements, she was like, oh, this isn't going to be a small baby. Oh, it's definitely not small. And I was like laying there thinking, great, I've got to push this thing out of me. So they'd sorted out all the growth scan, they draw it up in a chart, and then they sent me through to see one of the midwives or one of the specialists straight after. They looked at it and the baby's measuring on right on the 90th centile mark. So it's got to be within like these two lines, and it's right at the top of the top line, and if it goes above then they need to look into it a little bit. So I ended up going through all of that, and I've got another growth scan at my 39 weeks. But they're very happy with everything. They just said if baby's movement changes or anything, just obviously give them another call. Didn't want to end the video on such a negative point, but I just wanted to get that message across, because obviously that's been something that I've experienced. Not everyone will do in their pregnancy, so that's great. Everyone's completely different. So now the wait comes for when baby is going to arrive. Because of how low baby is and the pains that I'm getting, I am getting a few Braxton Hicks. They're not painful at all. My stomach just goes completely solid for a few minutes and then just goes back to normal. So yeah, I've been experiencing them over the past 2 weeks, more frequent than not. So I feel like in my head I'm anticipating an earlier arrival. But because I'm anticipating that, we all know that's not going to happen, and it's going to keep us waiting, and I'm going to go overdue, and yeah. But as long as baby comes out all healthy and fine, then that's all that matters. So here is my bump. This is at 37 weeks, so I'm not quite at the end of my third trimester. Your third trimester can go up to 42 weeks depending if you are overdue, but this is where we are at 37 weeks. Really big. So yeah, it's not, to be fair, it's not too bad. It's not felt too heavy, it just gets uncomfortable towards the back end of the day. But yeah, I don't know whether, like, if you're looking at me from the front, depending on the angle that I stand and what I wear, I might not necessarily look pregnant, and then from the side definitely very pregnant. It's been an amazing experience. Even though there's been a few lows, there's been more highs than lows, and I've thoroughly enjoyed being pregnant so far. I've got really attached to my bump. I absolutely love it. It's going to be weird once bump's disappeared, but obviously I'll have a cute little baby in my arms, so yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's been useful. If you did, obviously give it a like, and yeah, I will see you very soon. Bye.